Hello, everybody, at 7:12 Eastern Time. Quest recap. Hope everybody's doing good. Season 9, Episode 13. Go big or go home last night. What'd you guys think? Hope everybody's doing all right. Got a big storm coming in tonight. So it seems like that's a weekly thing. Judy won't be with me tonight. She's still on her cell phone. So once she gets her phones all fixed up, she'll be on with me regular, so I will be doing her synopsis. She gets all the credit, not me. Feeling better today. Jeff M., after the show's over, please email me at questofoakisland@aol.com. Thank you, Jeff. Hello, Linda, Starlene. We are watchers. It is a better night. Hello, Scott. Put you guys up in here so the world will see you. Yeah, yesterday was a rough one for me, so. Okay, Jeff. Thank you. I thought last night's episode, like I said, was getting us hyped up a little bit. Good evening, Bill. Good evening, Darlene. And Becky. Yep, we're waiting for it here. Hello, we're being dumped on with snow. Thankfully, not like they said, but it's coming down. Yeah, I just don't like it. I'd rather have snow than you get that in between with that ice. I hate it. I hate it all. Yeah, Scott, I was a hurting soul yesterday, but that's what happens when you got the things wrong with me. You just move on, you push forward, you just keep on going. No laying back with me. Have you noticed that by now? That's how you guys should be. The same thing. Positive. Go through it. Go through that wall. Keep going. Keep going. I never give up. Never. So I thought it was a good show. And of course, I told you guys to watch out for that swamp. Oh, Jeff, you're gonna get the ice storms? Oh my lordy 40. I hate it. Yep, ice and snow, Linda. You're in Florida, like the professor. Well, when they found that piece next to the railing, and they dated it 224 AD to 376 AD, were the Romans around there? Was it an artifact that somebody had boxed? Was it a small ship? Oh my lordy 40. I have no idea when they get them out of bounds. Up to 3/4 of an inch of ice. Oh my lordy 40. And Scott, you're getting the storm we had today in Michigan. 12 inches so far. Yeah, up here to the east of you, they said about 16 inches. But I don't know until I look outside. You know what I mean? Vicky, hello. They don't know what kind of wood it was. Linda's like me. I think it washed ashore. And Ashley's in the house. So that was just like a wow moment. They give you those long, old dates. But the show likes that. Brings it back to the Templars, guys. It brings it back to the Templars, and that's what they like. Could be, Caroline. Could be. Could be. They were always there first. But to prove it, I still want to know how the cross got there. Never mind these pieces of wood. And Vicky says, or they haven't said yet because it might point to where it came from. Yeah. Like we know where the cross came from and how old it is. So they know. I'm not sure what this dendro, I'm lost with this dendro. Hello, Tim. Thanks for coming in. Bill, they were in the 1600s, early 1700s. But this dendro in this carbon dating, the carbon dating on this stuff, like the dendro, if you got a tree that's 1,000 years old. Hello, Cindy. And you took wood from the outside of the tree, that's a different date. If you had 1,000-year-old tree and you cut it down and you took the wood from the inside of the tree, oh boy, that's old. So I'm lost. How do you count the rings on the wood? So I guess they can't. So that's why that carbon testing. Hello, W. John F. William. How are you? Thanks for making it in. Yes, Linda, they got to find a lot more than the cross in this wood that's dated long ago. The 1100s to 1200s. But what do I know? I mean, every week it's something different, guys. Every week is something different. But I thought that was interesting. And again, we didn't see no caissons in the dirt. Yeah, Caroline, I'm going to get Michael and Oliver on again. So I have a big following. And once they get a bunch of things together, we're going to have them on live. Dot to Dot and the Oak Island Research and me. We sort of try to work together. And that won't be no problem at all. And Scott says, what do you think about the coins they've been finding? They find a lot of surface finds. And they're going more than 12 inches deep. So whoever metal detected this island before wasn't very good. And Ashley says, sure. Next week, for sure, Vanessa is back. But they got to now bring them coins to that guy in the archaeology trailer. Cleaning up. Hello, Kathy the Hook is in the house. So they got to clean up the coins for another show. Tell us what's going on. So it says, like I said before, hi, BC. How are you tonight? Season 9, Episode 14, premiere of The Dig. And they're going in D2 first. And I hope they put 4 canisters down. I'm saying 1, but they might put more in. I'm not sure. Hello, Gustavo. Thanks for coming in. And we'll talk about this later, but I love that the grabber, the claw grabber, is huge. So if there's anything down there, they can pick it up in a 10-foot space and maybe actually pick the stinking thing up and bring it to the surface without crushing it. I'm not saying they're not going to crush it. I'm not saying something's there. I'm not saying nothing's there. But I got pictures of this grabber that it seems that it can grab such a wide swath, 5 cubic yards, that once it pinches itself closed, they can carry a lot of items up without crushing it. I'm not saying, where they pin it, it might not get crushed if there's something there. But I like that idea. What do you guys think? Like I said, next week, episode 14, premiere of The Dig. The wait is over. The big dig begins. You up, Ashley? And Tim says, but if it's not straight down, they could hit only part of it. Yeah. And also could be off of the side chamber, Tim. And I'm pretty sure they're putting cameras in there. Gotta be. Looking on the sides. Once they lift the caisson up a little bit, throw a camera in there. If it's visible to see, not muddy, and look on the sides. You know what I mean? Daniel Spino's in the house. Hello, Professor. We were just talking about that piece of aged wood. Old, old, old. Alrighty. That was my little introduction. Now I got to get back into my regular spiel, guys. Got to thank my YouTube supporters. We're losing them. I don't know where they're going, but I need your help on that end. I want to thank the Knights, the Captains, the Marshals, the Senechells. I want to thank Starlene, Caroline, Luke, Jeff, Curtis, Jana, Kelly, Becky, Josh, Annette, Mark, Barbara, Sandollar, Todd, Renee T, Roxy, Jazz D, and Wayne for all their support, and all the Knights that are supporting and trying to upgrade for $2 more a month. I thank you. Got to thank my Judy for all the work she does. Once she gets her phone situated, she'll be on. I really miss her voice. I mean, I talk to her on the phone anyways, but not good enough to throw it over the internet. And also to Daniel Spino for all his extra support and knowledge. I want to thank my moderators. Tammy can't see anymore, so we need her vibes and our vibes to give her that positive energy through our group to Tammy. We got Judy Renee, Michelle Daniel, Starlene Cathy, and Scott Clark as our moderators. And also to our Quest lifetime contributor, Chris Dona. When you see the phone number scrolling on the bottom, 1-323-813-4135, you can call in. You can take one phone call at a time. Turn off all your volumes on your devices and give me a call. I want to thank my Facebook Oak Island group. That's my base. I want to thank my YouTube channel. I want to thank my Twitter channel, Twitch channel, and everybody listening on Anchor Host, which is iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Breaker, Pandora, and everybody that listens to us on the radio side. I thank you so much. And there's Kimberly. Thank you for coming in, Kimberly. And there's Judy. Hello, Judy. Here's her statement here. She's not on YouTube, so that's Judy right there. Hi, everyone. Good to be here as always. 5 inches of snow, 5 inches more to come. Oh, buddy, Judy, we're going to get about 16 here. She's always with me. Yep, Ashley. It's coming. And then, like I said last night, season 9, episode 15, Eyes and Boot on the Ground is the title. The team is stunned when a new scientific evidence supports the theory that the Knights Templar were involved in the Oak Island mystery, and the Big Dig uncovers some surprising relics. That's the week after next. Yep, Daniel, what's it, like 85, sunny? You got the sunscreen on. I hear you. I hear you. You got the gas grill going. You're at the beach. I hear you. We're going to get walloped up here. No fallen iguanas. Yeah, they freeze in the palm trees and fall on your head. Yep, 80 and grilling. You mean you finally got done with the lasagna? You're finally done with the lasagna? Or did you put a couple of pieces in the freezer just for a late night snack? You know, that lasagna in the freezer, a couple of big squares, you know, about 2-3 pound squares. Hello, Gloria. Hello, David. And there's Gloria. But yeah, I feel great today. It hits and goes with me, so we're doing fine. All right, let me bring it's close to 7:30. Let me bring Judy's picture up, and I'll start with her synopsis, and then we'll get into the screenshots. I think I got about 50 screenshots we got to go through. So I hope it's not too long. We try to keep it at about an hour if we can. If not, if it goes longer, we go longer. Don't forget to hit that like button if you're in YouTube. Please subscribe with the red subscribe button. It's all free. And Daniel says, I spent 32 years freezing in Michigan. He deserves it. He deserves it. All righty. Judy, I got your picture up. This is all Judy's work. A lot of work she puts into this. I thank her so much. And here we go from Judy Forrest. Just think of her voice over mine. Season 9, Episode 13. Go big or go home. It's a new day on Oak Island, and in the war room, Marty, who is wearing his lucky toonie, and the rest of the team are meeting to plan for the big dig in the Money Pit area. Rick informs us that Irving Equipment will soon be arriving with a 220-ton crane and a 22.5-ton hammer grab, along with the 10-foot round caissons. The hammer grab will pull out 5 yards of material at a time. So as Jack points out, it's going to be 2 times as much washing as before. The first caisson will go down over the 6-inch hole D2, where they found the gold and silver were detected, and a piece of gold on that piece of metal, guys. Billy will haul in 1,150 tons of gravel to lay a solid base for the crane to work on. Get after it, fellowship. Later that morning, the team is on Lot 18 drilling a 6-inch hole called FTS-2, which stands for Flood Tunnel Search. At 48 feet down, they find soft, wet soil, and Terry believes this means they're close to a structure. They will keep drilling. West of the swamp, on Lot 32, Gary and Rick are metal detecting, and Rick digs up a broken ox shoe, an indication that work was done in this area. Rick digs again, and Gary gets excited as he pulls up a copper piece of metal with looks like an inscription on it. Perhaps this will help to date the piece. As Irving Equipment arrives with 20 loads of material on flatbed trucks from New Brunswick, Gary and Rick continue to metal detect and find an English copper coin, the same as the 2 found on Lot 13 from 1673. Rick wonders if this proves Scott Clark's theory of the ship with the Concepcion having left treasure on Oak Island. Concepcion. The next morning in the swamp, where they have now stopped the pumps, Michael John picks up a shaped piece of wood like the one found last year. It will be dated. Back on Lot 18, east of the Money Pit, the team reaches 170 feet down in the hole, FTS-2, and they find wood that looks to have been shaped by an adze. The wood will be dated as Terry believes they intersected a flood tunnel that Dan Heskey says is close to the original flood tunnel. Steve points out this could lead them to the Money Pit and determine where they should go next. 2 days later, in the war room, the team is getting a date on the piece of wood decking found in the swamp 3 days before. This piece was found 30 feet from where the ship's railing was found 1 year ago. The team is shocked as Greg tells the date of 224 AD 376 AD. Oh my lordy 40. Rick says they need to find out what kind of tree this is so they can determine if it came from Europe. They will also see 14 tested again. It's a new day, and as Rick and the team welcome Vanessa and her team back, she asks if they are ready for the big dig. Marty declares they are ready, as they know there was gold and silver in hole D2. Stay tuned next week, Acorns, to witness the first hapnogram. In the meantime, stay safe, please. Judy, fantastic. Again, just fantastic every week. I thank you so much, Judy. Hello, Deborah Polk. I didn't see anybody coming in as I was reading that. John Udi, that's me. And here's the robot. Or let me get Judy off here. Hold on, robot. Problem. Carbon-14 gradually decays to carbon-12 at a steady rate. Okay. This rate is greatly affected around Nova Scotia. Research has shown that Oak Island was a dump site of Canada's radioactive waste. Can you please send me factual items on that, robot? That it was a waste dump for Canadians, the radioactive waste? That would be greatly appreciated, radio. Thank you. Nope, Judy, that's your job. We got certain people in our group that are assigned things in my group. And part of the family is Judy. And her job is synopsis. Not me. Not me. That's your deal. No problem, robot. Get that information back to us. The more information we have about Oak Island, the more history, the more facts we know about Oak Island. So everybody makes a balanced decision to believe or not. That's what we go by. You know what I mean, guys? We like the facts. We like the science. And whatever's around the science, maybe the science can iron it out. Oh my lordy 40, we're up to episode 14 next week. Oof. Yep, Judy's got to have her cable company hook up her home phone. All right, let's get into the screenshots, and we'll discuss the screenshots. Basically, what Judy did factually. Okay, Jazz D, I see you. Thanks for coming in. All right, guys, what's this screenshot about? Let's see how good your memory is. What is this thing? Let's see how you guys are paying attention. Here we go. All righty. And what about a little background of this toonie? See how good you guys are. Hello, Doug W. How are you? And Robin Dixon. Give me a little background on this toonie. When he dropped it down, what pipe, and how far did it move? Let's go, guys. Yep, Vicky. What's the history of this toonie? What 6-inch borehole did he drop it down, and how far did it go when they refound it? Daniel, he threw it down 10x and and wished they found treasure. Oh, Bill Vensky. H8 is correct. And how far away did Gary find this toonie? And I think it was 10 feet away. I think it moved 10 feet away from H8. Yep, H8 was close to C1, Robin. You were close, Daniel. You were close. I love it. So that's the history of the toonie. So your guys got all the toonie. He threw it down in H8, where they found the bones, where they found the leather, where they found bookbinding, when they found all that stuff. Yet when they put the big can down there, the 5-foot can, it came up empty. H8. And I guess it moved over about 10 feet from the solution channel that's on the bottom of the money pit, 170 feet down. There's just slush mud of stuff going back and forth. Hello, Curtis. Thanks for coming in. And what hole is this? It's going to be Johnny's the teacher tonight. I want to see if you guys are paying attention. What hole is that canister? And what hole are they in? The tunnel Smurfs moved it. I like that, Doug. I like that. What is that case on to the left? And what hole are they in right there? You see Steve with the surveyor on the outside and 3 guys on the inside. Hint, it's the only caisson that's left. All the other caissons are filled. They just keep the tops on when they do the tours. This caisson is the only borehole that's intact to the bottom. Nope, Robin. The caisson, the great caisson, is C1 to the left, Caroline. Correct, Mundo. C1 to the left. And the hole they're in, where Steve's standing on top, is the hole they're going to put their first 10-foot caisson. That is D1. Where they're standing in that dirt hole is D1. And that's when they had the 6-inch pipe that they came up with some gold, and the silver concentration was high. Just where the guys are standing in. Oh, Linda, not the pile of dirt where my head is. So I just want you guys to understand that. That's D2, where they're going to put their first 10-foot caisson. All righty. And there they are doing Dr. Spooner's test in D2, the 6-inch hole, the test for gold and silver. That's his water test. Good evening, Matt. Thanks for coming in. And here's the good old grid. You guys keeping track of this? Each square is 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet by 5 feet. 5, 5, 5, 5. 25 square feet in each hole, in each square. So you see where C1 is. I just showed you those other pictures. And you know where D2 is, where their first 10-foot caisson's going. Yup, Bill, the bingo card. Imagine if they showed all the holes that have been dug on here, like 2,044 shafts. This whole map would be filled to the brim. So that's an idea of showing you C1, and the dot you see there is D2, where they're putting their first 10-foot caisson. So I just want to give you location. It's like a bingo card, Ashley. On the top is the numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on the left side is the letters, A, B, C, D. You see D1 and D2 is on line D. The next line is E. The next line is F, where you see F4. G, H, I, J. So you've got your letters on the left-hand side of the screen of the grid, and numbers 1 through whatever 20 on top. Almost like a football square. If you got a football square for Super Bowl Sunday, you get your numbers 1 from 10 on top, 1 from 10 on the bottom. You get a square, you can be 1 and 1, the score will be, or 6 and 6, and 7 and 3. Same thing. Robin, the concentration is on D2. I guess it was more than F4. I understand what you're saying. So I thought they said the highest concentration was in F4 myself, but maybe they're waiting to put another canister case on F4, Robin. Yup, Scott, like a game of Battleship. But they're going to do D2 first, or maybe they'll do F4 next. I'll have to look back and see if they changed their concentration values from F4, but D2 they want to do because of the piece of gold on that piece of metal that Charles Barkhouse took out of the sausage. But we got to keep an eye on all this. I know, you're just going to have to wait, Matt. I'm a spoiler here. I'm a spoiler. So just hang on to your hat. So there's the... so D1 to D3 to C2 to F2. Where the heck you see in F2? Remember, this case on TT is 10 foot. So it'll cover 2 squares. If each square is 5 foot, another square is another 5 foot. Well, there's your 10-foot diameter. So this caisson will cover only 2 squares. That's 10 square feet. Man. So if you had 4 squares, 5, 10, 15, 20, you know, the 10-foot caisson will go right in between them all. Nova Scotia, Swiss. But in a circle, correct, Armando. The caissons are circly. Diameter. There you go. So from being a surveyor, I understand this map is just like reading a book to me. So we know they're going to D2, and I know pretty sure they're going more north towards the Women's Memorial. That's above C1. Them B4s and BC5s are going towards the Women's Memorial. Yup, Scott. Some areas, the 10-foot can will cover more than one borehole. Yeah, the boreholes were only 6 inches. But all depends on a close cluster. That's what they want to stay with, the cluster, Scott. Yep. And here's this piece. Yup, Tim. This is the gold piece, or the gold on the piece of steel that they took out of the sausage casing of D2. Charles Barkhouse put the old wand on it, on the dirt, and they picked that piece out. You guys all remember that, right? And that's what they're going to go after, thinking maybe some stuff shifted that way. Could be, Robin. Could be. As long as it's 10-foot diameter, that's what it covers. And I showed you that the squares are 5 foot each. Hello, John Israel. Thanks for coming in. Not sure. We had things that people said, well, why don't you drop a goldfish down in there? But there has to be some kind of waterproof GPSs that go underwater. But if it gets just stuck in the mud, how's it gonna move? Then they know it's not that powerful. I understand what you're saying. Oh, John, I got you. Throw something down there and see where it goes. It all depends on the center of the can. Yes, Robin. You build a small hole, spiral off location, and position varies at each depth. You got it. You guys are cooking. The placement will be interesting, Sydney. You got it. So we're getting down to the nitty gritty. I'm getting psyched up. And here's the pad before Gary put the foundation down. There's the two piles of, what do you call them? To keep the swamp out, the pylons. But that whole area's got to be so wiggly with all the wood and all the holes. It's unbelievable. I mean, we had case on, what was it, H8 that tipped, right? Doug W. Got to worry about the cave-ins with big cans so close. It's also known as the angle of repose. Yes, Doug, thank you very much. Before he brings the gravel in. And what was it? I think it was a 5-foot can, the H8 can, that tipped. The ground gave way because they're just digging and digging and digging. And just not enough of support to support the steel can. So they have to be very careful. And these are twice the size. So we'll see. Interesting. And what hole is this, guys? You see that cover on the bottom. That's C1. They got to weld the top of the cover on because that's a active shaft that they never took away. That goes all the way down 170 feet. That's the good old D2 6-inch borehole. And there again. Those are just, Robin, those are just the tops of Gale 1 and T1. They just keep a 4-foot top. So when the tour starts, they actually place just the tops of the canisters or the caissons in the location where the other shafts were drilled out, but they're all backfilled. See what I'm saying? And here's half of the coverage of the gravel that Billy has to do to distribute the weight. And just a big project there. Big project. And there it is when it's done. Of course, roll it down. Yeah, Scott, that'd be weird. Well, we'll find out, Scott. We'll find out. No doubt. And here's Billy when he was digging around D2 to get it ready. Yup, Professor. That place is a mess. Yeah, but they got to go too deep, Doug. I've been in one of those trench boxes when we were doing sewer line. The trench boxes, what he's talking about is the crane dumps in a trench box And it just holds the sides of the dirt until you're done, and then they take it out if there was welding to be done and stuff like that. I hear you, Doug. So that's about where D2 is going to be. And here's that piece of metal Gary and Rick found. He says there's some kind of subscription on there, script writing. So we'll see once they clean it up and give us a show. There's a closer thing. Do you guys see any kind of writing on there? What do you think? Maybe you guys can screenshot it and blow it up and clear it up or something, but I don't see no writing on there. But yup, Daniel, the script on that sounds really intriguing. Yeah. But take a screenshot of it, and if you got some kind of photo imaging clearer or whatever, I don't have any of that stuff. See what you can do. Linda says she sees mud. Scott says no. Robin says looks like some blue ink in the background. Yeah, it could be. Could be anything. Scripting like writing, Ashley. Like writing. Yep, Judy. Gary maybe saw something like this here before. So we'll soon find out. And here's part of the crane that they put all together, the tracks, the towers. It all comes in pieces, obviously. And we'll see this starting to dig next Tuesday night. Yup, Elaine. I hope they will follow it up and not drop it off. It's not too important. Yeah. It's in black, the professor says, in the upper right-hand corner. Could be. I don't know. Yup, Tim. Double the dirt coming out. That's why I'm saying I think it's going to slow them down. I think they only put one can in this year, but I'm not sure. I hope they do all four. I really hope so. Yup, Judy. This is Judy. The big equipment is huge. And here they are. I think they said on lot 32. And they pick up a British copper coin, very heavy. You got it, Daniel. What do you see, my man? Let me know when you're good. You got it, baby. We got the professor on it. We got the main man on it. So there's the equipment. There they are on lot 32, and the British coin was pretty heavy. Of course, we got to see it all cleaned up in the archaeology trailer. Get a better look at it. Okay, Daniel, whatever you need. We're finding a lot of coins. I like it. Hello, Stu Wilson. Look at the size of that hammergram. Oh my lordy 40. But what I do like about this, like I said, really, Daniel, What I like what they said about this is the grab is so big that if there's something down there, it will pick up the whole amount of whatever, scoop it up, and just bring it to the top. A smaller one would chew away, but a bigger one, I'm not saying, like I said before in the beginning of the podcast, that once they close the teeth, something can be right there at the teeth and not in the barrel of the tooth. You know what I mean? Yup, Tim. The number of coins indicates how many people have been on the island over the years. Yeah. I think Gary said it was from the 1600s like the others. Yeah, Daniel, that's what he said. But oh my lordy 40. Either we find something or not, guys. This is the time. There's the big flatbreads bringing this stuff. Still, that possibility of damage is there. I know. I hear you, Elaine. But what are you going to do? How are you going to get it out of the ground without no damage? I think the minute they get an indication of something, they'll just open right up. Yup, Robin. Let me show that. You're assuming they would be centered on a container. They could grab from the side. Of course, they will find something. Yep. They're out of that radius, Aaron. And Doug comes up with some good ones. You can't make an omelet without breaking some eggs. Very good, Doug. W. I love it. And here's a shot of the swamp that's now refilling with spring water because they do not have a permit to use seawater. Yep, Daniel. What about the coconut fiber from 1200? Yeah. But they cannot use ocean water or home bay water because they have no permit to use the salt water. That's what I got information on. So they're going to use the spring water they have in the swamp that they have permit to use. So that's the reason why. But I wouldn't use salt water in a sifter machine. Salt water just damages everything, electronics, and the whole 9 yards. So that's why they're using spring water out of the swamp because they have no permit and no permission to use the water out in the bay. Yup, Robin. And then Cindy says, no matter how small, I hope we find something. Or something that dictates that there was something there or there was a little bit something there, something to tie in something. Or are they digging in the wrong spot? Who the heck knows? We got to watch and learn, guys. Watch and learn. Yup, TT. The swamp was a very old well where the water leaks into the swamp with fresh water. Yep. And probably in the old days, they had a dam in there. So they can get buckets of fresh water. Can't live without water, guys. There's my main man, Billy, at the controls. They got to find something, Matt. Got a alert.
Missing 7-year-old male. Blue shirt, no coat, blue pants, no shoes.
Missing child report. Oh my lordy, my ears. Woo! You know when you got the missing child in the area, your phone goes bananas. Oh my lordy, 40. Ooh! I didn't have a headache, but I got a headache now. Emergency response on these phones. And Robin said there's always beer. You got to stay positive, Cindy says. Oh my lordy, 40. Did you hear that, the guys? Woo! I think I blew my eardrums out. Huh? What'd you say? Huh? Hello? How much is it for new ears? Holy moly, holy schmoly. Always something new here. Guys, this is why I'm live. I don't edit nothing. You get it the way I get it. So, guys, that was just an Amber Alert warning on my telephone that's plugged in. And, oh, my head. Well, I was good. Woo! Oh, my lordy 40. Sorry about public safety message. Missing 7-year-old male, blue collar shirt. Holy smoly, guys. Sorry about that. You know what I thought it was? Storm warning. You know what I mean? Storm warning, they warn you on everything. You know, they warn you on everything. Storms, missing kids. All right, where was I? Woo! All right, here's Billy. Always something new here. We're live. You get it as live as you can get live on my podcast. You get what you see. And now we're all deaf. If you want me to speak louder, that's next. Probably a storm warning buzzer. But I got to use my regular phone in case my parents call. I can't afford just a separate phone for the podcast. There's just not enough money to do all that stuff. Yeah, Jazz D, we never got no warnings. But then we didn't have all these kid kidnaps. Or maybe we did, but who knows? Here's the things they found in the swamp. The pieces of wood, that angled piece up on top. So they were just showing some things that they did find in the swamp prior. And here's the pieces of decking that they call it. Oh, my head, my ears. Oh, my lordy 40. And here's that piece Michael John pulled out that was dated 224 AD, 376 AD. Oh, my lordy 40. Yeah, I don't know about a Roman ship in there. When you get all these oddball dates, you got to find a lot more stuff from the Roman days for me. But you never know. You never know. Here they are dating this piece of wood with the team in the war room. And there it is, pretty flat. Yup, Jazz dear. Yup, Judy. All these dates are driving me crazy myself. Let's tie them in now. Let's get these dates, tie them in. The ones that are not the 1600s to 1700s, but they want to have that Templar tie-in. What the heck would last from 1100 to 1300? We got the Iron Cross, the Lead Cross, I mean. Let's tie it in. Yup, Bill. And here goes Daniel here where I got him. I got him someplace. I just lost him. And the professor, it was a gladiator armor box. Come on. Yeah, Daniel, I'm losing it. I just got my brain rattled a couple of minutes ago, so I'm not thinking straight. That was all fake there, Caroline. And then here they're digging to find the water trap, the flood tunnel. More drill holes. And here's the space they finally found. They finally hit wood. And they said, well, that small space could be trickling with water. And we got something from Vicky here. Vicky Mosher. Acacia trees are commonly found in Israel. Most of you will know this. The Ark of the Testimony convent was built of acacia wood. More importantly to us, the carrying rails of the Ark of the Covenant were made of acacia. Oh my lordy 40. I hear you, Vicky. I hear you. And also, these tunnels got to be collapsed. But if you get that much water in there, could it be just water coming up from the limestone that Gordon Fader said? Because if you have a trickle like this for 500 feet, it's not going to fill the cavity that fast. You know what I mean, guys? Matt, we talk about the episodes, we recap episodes. We don't really talk about when you're searching for other places for the episode and it sends you to another link. That's not our podcast format. That's all I can tell you. And here's the space they're showing when they went through wood with the drill program looking for this flood tunnel. Oh my lordy 40. Missing child has been found. Give me a break. I'm glad they found him.
Child in Utica has been located safe. Thank you.
Oh my lordy 40, my poor ears. Well, this is something new, guys.
A message has been received.
Okay. No, Linda, they found the child now. But I'm saying most of these flood tunnels got to be collapsed, so all that water has to be coming from underneath the island through limestone to have that amount of water. Depending on the tide coming in and out, that's my own personal opinion. Yeah, TT. It's the only phone that I have tied to the podcast when I put the number in. And there's the machinery. And if anybody wants to call in for the last 16 slides, the phone is open, as you've been hearing, with all these alerts. I'm sorry about that. Amy, did they say it was fresh or salt water? Salt water in the flood tunnels. So here they are putting the crane together. There's the tracks, there's the grab, putting the machine together. And here's pieces they're finding, say, from the 1100, 1200s up to the 1600s, the barrel pieces, the 1652 coin in the swamp, the cross, and so forth. You're welcome, Amy. And here's the crew. You can see behind them the big crane. It'll take a while when they go through the gold machine, the sifter. Just dump it in there, see what they find. I think the only thing we got off that gold sifter was Rick's rocks when he makes necklaces. Otherwise, we haven't found anything really on that gold trenching machine, to tell you the truth. Pretty big stuff. Pretty big stuff. Like we showed before. We'll finally see it this coming Tuesday. I'll be on pre-show Tuesday, 7:15. Yep, and Russ says that what Jack said. Yeah, sift more rock and wood and listen to Jack Bailey. Yeah. Could be, Aaron. Could be. That's what keeps us watching. Like I said to everybody, we're into it to the end. Whatever which way they're going. Even beyond Oak Island was a pretty interesting yesterday when Maddie going into that mine 200 feet to look for that door that guy saw. I liked it. It was pretty good. Beyond Oak Island, after Oak Island, that's our baby. And we don't get into Beyond Oak Island that much, but it was pretty interesting last night. What do you think, guys? Yeah, I thought it wasn't bad. I'm getting a lot of people that thought it was pretty good last night. As long as it's not showing us old stories of old mines that we've seen on YouTube before, they're sparking it up a little bit. I like it. And there's Vanessa's back, giving fist pumps to the crew. She was great on my podcast. Kathy, you can't go into small spaces. What Maddie did, I hear you. I need my air myself. Cindy says was pretty good. Yes, we discussed Toonie. Amy. Yeah, I'm not into aliens or portholes or any of that kind of stuff. That's beyond me. I'm going more towards the science side here. And there's our man Danny Smith. Vanessa says he's always cold up there, so that's why he put him in there. No problem, Amy. No problem. We discussed the Toonie, his good luck piece around his neck that he put down H8, and they found it 2 years later, 10 feet away, when they dug out H8 around C1. No problem. It's all on video and Amber Alerts. I'm throwing them in for a freebie, guys. Where do you get Amber Alerts on podcast live? See what I'm saying? You just get it here at the Quest of Oak Island live show. You don't get Amber Alerts on anybody's podcast. Only here at the Quest of Oak Island. You're welcome. Yup, Ashley. I just can't get over the size of these canisters. Well, caissons. Yup, Judy. Only me. I wish I could have a private phone and a private line and a private number. If somebody wants to donate for a phone and everything, about $850 and pay the monthly payment, I'll gladly have a separate phone. Otherwise, this is what we have to do. And Daniel says he would react better to hamburger alerts. I hear you. Like I said, when I started this podcast, everything was used. And as things were breaking down, my supporters, Judy and everybody else, helped out tremendously to do what we do now. So I want to thank you so much. And I also liked the World War II show, Lost Gold of World War II. They went into the mountain 930 feet. They found ammunition boxes. And who knows what happened with COVID and what they're doing there. So I have no idea. I got Verizon, Linda. I got Verizon. But this is what we got to do, when you're on a retired income. So we do the best we could. You guys are the best. We just enjoy the podcast and we just keep on going. Day to day, we go forward. And there's just a side by side. And this was what I was saying about how they grabbed it. It's so big that it can pick up the whole thing maybe instead of crushing it. This was what I was saying earlier pre-podcast. See how it opens up so big, they might scoop up whatever's there all in one scoop without demolishing anything. But yet, if they scoop up something that's valuable, they will stop. Everybody's got to come and investigate, shut everything down, and they'll open this up just like a minefield, like a mining operation. But they need the one thing to go with that. See how it's picking up? If they didn't get the vault, it can pick up the whole thing. And they can go by, maybe, Scott, maybe by the pressure. Don't forget, when they showed us with Danny in the control room with Vanessa, they can feel the pressure. So they don't have to crush things. If they feel a little pressure and it's coming up, they don't have to put it on full pressure to close it right up to the max. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Hello, John Jackson. I don't remember seeing you in here right before. Thanks for joining us. We got 4 more slides. And I guess that's where D2 is, where the cone is in that square spot. You up, Daniel? You can feel the excitement build when the cans rolled in. Yeah, I hear you. Sure, Linda. We'll see. Yup, Gustavo. We all felt it. Like I said, I'll be on next Tuesday, pre-show. If Judy's phone was all right, she'll be with me Tuesday and Wednesday for her synopsis of next Tuesday night show. Premiere of The Dig, February 8th. The wait is over. The big dig begins. I liked Beyond Oak Island last night. It held my interest. So that was pretty good. So we had a good night, except for me being sick. But we make up for it today. Like I said, there's Vanessa. And the last slide is the page they showed at the War Room. Bill, they said sometimes, I guess F4 was really high in gold and silver concentrate, but those things can change. I have no idea. This is the page they showed. The radiocarbon age to calendar years, laboratory number, 95.4% probability, 224 to 376 AD. Then the rest was 2% that I can't read, but and Cindy says, yeah, I hear you. Don't overdo it on your snow. No, I don't dig. I don't snow. I got somebody doing the driveway, so whenever it comes tonight, I'll be fine. Don't forget this Sunday, check out Jake Roberts. If we're all snowed in, 7 p.m. Sunday. His channel's Ghost of Bacon on YouTube and Facebook Live this Sunday, Eastern Time, 7 p.m. Also, we'll be getting Scott Clark in here. Introduce you to him. He's a moderator. He'll be on live with me as much as he can. Give him his interpretation of what's going on in Oak Island. You know, not his theory. You can't say anything, but everything else he's been looking at Oak Island that he doesn't say on the show. He'll be with me many times, he said. And I really appreciate him joining me live. It'll help out a lot. So we'll have Scott Clark on. We'll have Judy on the phone. We'll get it all straightened out. Alrighty, guys. Well, that's all I got for tonight. I might see you Saturday night. Watch my post. If I'm all snowed in, don't have to go anywhere. We'll see, but I'm not making any deals on that. Just watch my post in the Quest of Oak Island, and we'll go from there. But remember, members, what do I always say? Always go forward. You may get a setback, but just believe in yourself. Believe in your dreams and never give up. Never. You keep smiling. You be kind. For tomorrow was never given. Never. So you guys stay strong. You stay positive. You stay safe. Thanks for joining me tonight. We'll see you Tuesday pre-show if I don't come on Saturday at 7:15. If Judy has her phone all set up, because I'll be calling her and talking to her, she'll be on. So I want to thank you for coming tonight. Watch the show. Enjoy the show. Thank you. And take care. Bye-bye now.